Hi, this is number 4 in my soda series, and I'm going to be using a can of 7-Up to make a strawberry cake. All you need to make your cake is your strawberry cake mix and your can of 7-Up. In fact, you can use any kind of cake mix and any kind of soda to make a cake. And I know it seems very interesting that you don't need the oil and the eggs that it says you need on the back of the box. So I looked that up. And I found an interesting story. I don't know if it's true or not, but what they said is when the cake mix companies first started making cake mixes, they only required that you added water to the mix. And the original bakers didn't trust that. They thought, well, you have to have the eggs in there for a binder, you have to have the oil in there, and cake mixes were not purchased very much. And so the cake companies added that to the back, and then their sales soared. So that's a little interesting tidbit. I don't know if it's true or not. But what I'm going to use is a third ingredient for mine, and that's some fresh strawberries. These were only 99 cents, and I know that they're going to make my buttercream frosting taste like fresh strawberry buttercream frosting. Also, let's mix our strawberry cake mix with our can of 7-Up. Also, something interesting I wanted to show you, you may find this interesting. These little liners that I bought are by Mary Engelbright. I don't know if you've ever heard of her. She started out years ago designing cards, and now her designs are all over the place. But I used to work in Webster Groves, Missouri at a graphic design firm that was right above her studio. So I have met her, I saw her doing her drawings, and she is the neatest person. She's just like all of her drawings and all of her neat sayings that she says on her cards. This little liner is cute. It's got purses and cherries and flowers all over it. So anyway, let's go ahead and mix the cake mix. Up and strawberry cake mix just gotta be good. And I'll start pureeing the strawberries. So just as the box said, preheat your oven to 350 degrees and follow the same times as the back of the box says. So for cupcakes, I'm going to be doing them for 19 minutes in a 350 degree oven. I had the cake mix going for about 2 minutes, which is what the box said, and it looks like it is really perfect. That's how thick the batter is. You would probably think it's going to come out thin, and it definitely does not. Can you see that? Okay, so I'll fill these liners up, bake them for 19 minutes in a 350 degree oven. And I'll see you back afterwards when we test them with a toothpick. Okay, well, it depends who you are, whether you would consider these a success or a fail. Weight Watchers has these listed as a 1-point cupcake. So if you're on Weight Watchers, you can have one of these cupcakes and it only counts for 1 point. However, I definitely would not call them, a gourmet cupcake. They didn't rise because there's no eggs in them. Most of them are either concave or flat or, going up and down on the top. And then the other major thing is when you try to peel off the paper, the cupcake just peels off with it. So this goes right along with what that comment was by the person who says, the eggs just are needed because otherwise it doesn't bind together. They kind of crumble apart. Now, the pros, if you want the pros and the cons, the pros are that it does taste really good. It tastes really strawberry and very moist. But I would call these a fail. So what I'm going to do, before I waste my strawberry frosting that I was going to do, is I'm going to go ahead and make a chocolate cake mix just normal, the way it's supposed to be made, with the oil and eggs, and then I'll ice my chocolate cupcakes with the strawberry frosting with strawberries in them. The chocolate cupcakes came out perfectly. They have nice little rounded tops, and when I put a toothpick in one of the larger ones, it did come out perfectly clean. So I'll let these cool just a little bit longer while we make our strawberry frosting. All right, so for that, I already put in 1 stick of butter, or half a cup, 8 tablespoons of butter that were at room temperature. And I already put in 1 cup of my sifted flour. You're going to put in a total of 4 cups sifted flour. So let's put in our second. And I'm going to get that one going with our half cup of strawberry puree that we did earlier, because we need a little bit of moisture going on in there with those 2 cups of powdered sugar and that room temperature butter. We need just a little bit more going on, or the powder's just going to go flying across the kitchen. So we got half of our sugar in there, we have all of our butter and all of our strawberry puree, and we'll get that going for a little while before we put the other 2 cups of powdered sugar in. Get this one ready. And it looks like it's ready to go in right now. And I'll get that last final 4th cup ready. Start that on low so the powder doesn't fly everywhere. And this is your last cup of powdered sugar, unless, of course, when you get to the final frosting, you see that you need more or less of your moisture. I'm going to get that going a little bit higher before I add this last cup. And I'm going to scrape down the bowl. Here, I'm going to let you see the bowl here. There we go. Scrape powdered sugar down off the sides there. Make sure it's not stuck to the bottom. And add that last cup. So we've got in there 4 cups powdered sugar, sifted, 8 tablespoons of butter at room temperature, and a half cup of strawberries that we pureed in a food processor, but you could have used a blender or a hand mixer. Okay. Start it on slow. I really need to scrape down the sides before I get it going. And I really wish we had our strawberry cupcakes for this strawberry frosting. I guess what we're going to end up with is like a chocolate covered strawberry in reverse. An upside down chocolate covered strawberry cupcake. Alright, so it's all mixed together, but it's not smooth. So I'm going to get the mixer going here. Watch it till it gets smooth. It is getting really smooth. It's smooth, and you can see the little seeds of the strawberries. So it looks nice. And then I'm going to pipe this through a pastry bag onto the cupcakes. Let's try it right now and see what kind of consistency we have. Oh, that's a good consistency. If you can see right here, that's the consistency we have. I think we'll try it just like that. Now what you can do is fill your pastry bag with this frosting and frost the cupcakes and put it in the refrigerator, and then frost the cupcakes the next day if you want to. And your frosting would be a little bit better because it'd be a little bit firmer, and then the icing's fresher on the cupcakes if you're going to present the cupcakes the next day. But I want to go ahead and do one now. So I'm going to show you. Got my pastry bag here with the little tip, but of course you got to cut the end of the pastry bag so that the tip will poke through like that. And then we're going to fill the pastry bag in the glass. Now if you don't have a pastry bag, all you have to do is use one of these gallon storage bags and cut off a corner of it and fill it. All right, so I'm going to put some frosting in here. Okay, let's just do a cupcake. This one I'm going to start in the middle and then squeeze outward and just cover the cupcake. Nothing fancy dancy, but there you go. You've got a strawberry frosting covered chocolate cupcake. This is the strawberry frosting that I made yesterday and put into the refrigerator. So it's a little bit better of a consistency today. I'm going to frost it in a double layer since it's a little bit firmer now, and I know it'll go all the way up here to a nice little peak. There you go. I tasted this frosting and it is just fantastic. Obviously it's fresh strawberries, some sugar, and real butter. My son came up with a really great idea for it. He said, given those ingredients, it would be fabulous on a bagel. And I thought he's right, because it's just real butter that you would put on a bagel, and then strawberries with sugar, which would be like jelly. So we're definitely going to try this on a bagel. But definitely make this homemade strawberry frosting. It is fantastic. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.